We are
Two girls.
on a fast track. Welcome everyone to our fast track. Hey Lynn, how are you doing?
I'm well, Marie. How are you doing?
I'm doing so great, and I'm really excited to be back.
Oh, good, 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 good. And hey, everyone, I'm Lynn, and I am a wellness coach, advocate, but also, more importantly, a mom and a stepmom. And we've got two beautiful grandbabies that we love to pieces. And I've been coaching for a few years, and Marie and I thought that this would be a really great idea to share some of our tips and tricks and hear from you about what your tips and tricks are, especially as it relates to building a business.
Totally. And Lynn is from Sudbury, Ontario.
I am.
And
Yes.
I'm Marie. I'm Marie. You guys know already. I'm from Laval, Quebec. I am a mom of two cats, and we have a residential cleaning business, my husband and I. But more importantly, I'm a consultant in the health and wellness industry, and I'm building a business stone by stone. And like Lynn said, we wanted to share with you guys why we are working together on a fast track. That's what we talked about in our first episode. We
Mhm.
explained what we were doing as a fast track. So if you missed that, you have to go back and listen. And the importance of having an accountability partner, which is really, really the better way to start having an accountability partner, right?
I would agree. Yes, absolutely. And isn't this business stone by stone? When you think about it, like you said that earlier, right?
Yeah,
One person kind of at a time. And sometimes it can be frustrating. And that's why a fast track can be really helpful to gain that momentum. Would you agree?
I agree. I agree 200%.
Hmm. And so fast track and why how to get your head in the game for a fast track. We thought that would be a great topic for today. And if I can just share with you a couple of things that I like to do to before a fast track even starts.
Yeah,
So one of the things I like to do is make sure that I have the time blocked off. That's going to be really important because during 90 days of your fast track, it's broken down. We break ours down into 30-day
yep.
increments. But during that time, it's important to have the additional time set aside in your calendar. So I don't know about you, Marie, but if I'm getting a haircut, it is in my calendar. If I'm getting this done, if I am going to the gym or if I have a coffee date with somebody, guess what? It is in my calendar. And I'm pointing down here because this is my calendar. Why do we not put our business hours for our business in our calendar? Everything else is detailed. Our kids' activities, like everything else is detailed. That's gonna be really important. It's gonna save you when times get really, really busy because they do during a fast track. The
Totally.
momentum builds, and that's one of the things that I do. The second thing I do is I take even a couple of weeks before just to remind myself fast track is starting on November the 1st, the fast track is starting on December the 1st, the fast track, and just kind of reminding myself a little bit about what needs to happen. So I might even refresh my memory by listening to some of Eric Worre's stuff or Max Steingart or even some of my own company training,
Yep.
just to get me into the mood of a fast track and why it's so important. What are some of the things that you like to do before a fast track, Marie?
You are so right, because it's one thing to say you want to build a business. It's another to plan it.
Mm-hmm.
And like you, I have a calendar because we work full time. We have a full time job.
Exactly.
And if I don't put my cleaning contract in my calendar, I'm not going to do them. I'm going to forget
It's
about them.
forgotten. Mhm.
So it's totally, and I really do separate my day. In the morning, early. I'm an early bird. I wake up around 5:30 in the morning. So I take my little shake in the morning while I'm reading or exercising, because I started to put more and more personal development reading in my schedule. It's actually in my schedule. I try to do, let's say, between 20 and 30 minutes. If I'm a little bit short on time, I'm gonna still do it, but I'll do 15 minutes. But it's in my calendar. And after that, let's say I have my first meeting at 7. We do that twice a week. We meet twice a week at 7. It's in my calendar. Everything needs to be there. Even if I only have to call somebody for a quick checkup or a quick follow-up, if I don't write it down, I'm going to forget about it because, everything goes so fast these days. So my day is really all in my calendar. I have a to-do list. I have a follow-up list.
Yeah.
Lists are very, very important. You go to the grocery store, what do?
Oh my gosh, Marie, if I don't have a list walking into the grocery store, I blank right out.
And
I
not
get
only
into the
that, you're
grocery
gonna
store
you're
and I
gonna
forget
probably
why
buy
I'm
stuff
there.
you don't need. Yeah, you're gonna
Yeah.
probably buy. Oh, this is on special. I'm gonna take some. And you know what? You're gonna forget that you needed eggs and cheese
Yeah,
because you don't have your list. So lists for
exactly.
me are very, very important. Reminders as well.
Yeah.
I put reminders in my phone if I need to do something that Okay, I'm not gonna put it in my calendar, but I'm gonna put a reminder on my phone. Uh, we are so busy. We really, really need to put things, write it down, put it in your Google Calendar. I personally prefer a paper calendar for now because I'm not really good with technology, but that's me. And you have to use the tools that are good for you. I mean,
Yes.
I'm starting to learn a program, a CRM. Am I saying that
The
correctly?
CRM, yep.
So, but it's gonna take me a while because I don't understand it. But at some point, I will. I
Hmm.
will. This is one of my tasks. I need to understand how it's working.
And there are a lot of really good CRMs out there. And you're right. The time to start learning a CRM is not the day you start a fast track.
Oh,
It's 2 weeks before or a month before, so
exactly.
that you totally get used to it. Yes, I totally agree. And Marie, I'm the same as you. I prefer a paper calendar, but my work has me on an Outlook calendar. So I've
Okay.
combined the two a little bit. So I use both a combination of my computer as well as my planner. And I
Yeah, me
like my
too.
planner to be a journal. I
Me
know you like a journal as well, a
Yes.
planning journal. Yeah.
Yes. And when I schedule a consultation for my health and wellness business, I send a Zoom link.
Yes.
Automatically is going to be in my Google Calendar because it's related. So
Yeah.
those are there. At some point, I'm going to want to start using Calendly because,
Yes.
going back and forth with some people, when are you available? Okay, that day, that time, no, it doesn't fit for me. What about this day and this time? It all, Calendly is a great tool
Yes.
to really use. And you already said that how do you set up for a fast track? You say that you start a couple of weeks before, but let me ask you a question. Um, we started on November 1st.
Mhm.
December 1st, we started the second month.
Yep.
So basically, you are thinking of the next month while you're in a fast track, or are you taking a couple of days off? Let us know how you work that out.
Yeah, sometimes it depends on how busy that month has been for me. Like sometimes I do need to take a little bit of time. And even during a fast track, there are times where, I just, I'll take a Sunday and I'll just give myself permission to do nothing.
Yeah.
And I have to tell you how important that is for me, because by the time Monday morning rolls around, I am ready to go.
Yeah.
I've done, if that means that I binge Netflix for the whole day on Sunday, or I do nothing, or I spend the day shopping or whatever, I've given myself permission to do whatever I want to do. And usually by Monday, I am right back in the saddle and I'm ready to go again. So I feel like that's really important for people to give themselves. Some people, they want to give themselves a Saturday, Sunday, so be it. Our business, Saturdays are good times for us. So I'm reluctant to take a Saturday off because I really like Saturdays.
Yeah.
I find that people are more present. I just get a lot more results on a Saturday.
Yeah,
So
me too. Me too.
yeah, so Saturdays are good for me. But that doesn't mean, I mean, there are times where I do take the weekend, especially if I have family visiting, or, I work around that because we know when the holidays are. We typically know when people are visiting. And it's really important for us to have that in our calendar, because why are we doing this? We're doing this to have a better quality of life,
Yeah.
to have more income perhaps in our life, more choices in our life. And if we can't take the time to do some of the things that we like to do, you can get resentful,
Yeah. I,
right?
I agree. At some point, I started 3 years ago part time. I mean, really, really part time. And then the pandemic hit, and then I had all this time for me, and I said, okay, let's do this. I'm gonna work very hard every day, but I
Yeah,
did it for at least a year and a half, maybe. But
yeah,
it was every day, and this
yeah,
is way too much
yes, yes.
because Zoom fatigue was really a thing at some point. Everything was on Zoom, everything was virtual, and
Mhm.
we already spend time, well, especially you spend
Yeah,
time in front of a computer to work.
yeah,
I mean, at some point we need to take a break. I like to take a break on Sundays
yeah.
afternoon too, because I host a volunteer
You do.
radio show Sunday morning, and I really enjoy that. It's my relaxed time of the week, and then after that maybe a couple of errands so I can start my Monday with my,
Yes.
and I plan my week on Sundays,
Mhm.
Sunday night.
That's a good
Sunday night is
idea.
is a good time for me to plan my week. So I
Mhm.
sit in front of my calendar, and okay, I go back to the week before. Did I do everything that was there? Oh my gosh, I didn't have time to do that. I need to put it back, you know, to start
Yeah.
my week with what I did not do if it happens, because it's really rare. I 99% of the time I do everything that's on my to-do list.
Mhm.
Follow-ups are really important. We know that. And I mean, after that year and a half, I decided to be a little bit more thinking of me and taking some me time. And I even
Mhm.
started to try some new skincare that I didn't do that before, and I really enjoyed that. It's a little thing that makes me relax, and I can still keep thinking of, okay, tomorrow I need to do this and that, and I try to not think about it, but it's
It's
like that.
there.
Even if
It's
I'm
there.
relaxing, I'm gonna think about what I'm gonna do tomorrow. So that's me. And I would like to ask you another question, Lynn.
Well, before you do that, I want to just say your radio show on Sunday mornings.
Yeah.
You have to plan for that, don't you?
Yeah, well, I used to take a lot of time when I started, but
Yeah.
now I'm really used to it.
Yeah,
But
that's what happens,
I
right?
do need to do a little of planning, but I do that in the Sunday morning. I'm awake anyway around six
Yeah.
o'clock. So yes, I'm gonna, a coffee, maybe open the door and get some fresh air. But
Yeah.
it takes me basically 40 to 45 minutes to plan my radio show now.
Yeah. But you need to have that time set aside.
Yeah,
So for the important things in our lives, you've got to set that time aside, or you just don't feel like you're giving it your best effort.
yeah.
Yeah, for
Totally.
sure. Yeah.
Lynn, I want to ask you something, and I think people are gonna really enjoy our answers on that. Why are you doing a fast track?
Momentum. Momentum is so important in any business. When you have momentum, I had one of a really good friend of mine say, enjoy the momentum because it usually doesn't last. And it's true. When you think about it, our businesses can go, up and down in a very good way. We appreciate the ups when, there's lots of people that are interested and you just seem to be on fire, and lots of coaching happening and strategy planning, and nobody will say no to you like that. You can't do anything wrong. But then you have the times in your business where it doesn't matter what door you knock on, you can't pay for somebody to say yes to you. Like it happens. And
Yeah,
it happens in every business. There's ebbs and flows in any business. But the biggest reason I do a fast track is to build momentum, because when you build momentum, you create an energy where people want to follow you and people want to be with you and you want to be with other people. And that is magic in business.
Totally.
So that's why I do a fast track, to advance my business, but more importantly, to gain that momentum. How about you,
Yeah.
Marie?
Well, it practically the same reason because we're doing it together. So
Yeah.
we are really alike in that thing. But I don't know if you remember when I started that business and you were asking me why. Marie,
Yes.
why do you want to do that business? And I
Yep.
said to you, I want to make more money. And then you said to me, why do you want to make more money? Because I would like maybe to buy a new house, have a new car. Okay, so why do you want to? And you made me go deep inside of me,
Yes.
and my why ended up because I want to be independent. I want to
Yeah.
become self-employed. And
Yes.
you know what? That's exactly what happened because
Exactly.
I remember in September 2019, and
Mhm.
I started my first fast track with you guys in
Yeah.
January 2020.
2020. Yep.
And that's when I realized I got this, I can do this. And I was self-employed. I mean, after a couple of months, I was self-employed. I said, that's what I want to do. I want
Mm.
to be in control of my life. I want to be in control of what I want in my life.
Yep.
And that is why I repeatedly do a fast track every single
Amazing.
year
Yeah.
because it does create momentum,
Mhm.
and we need to take advantage of that. Not only because we're going to make more money or whatever, because we can bring other people in this craziness that is a fast track because we have a game plan. And that's my next question to you.
Mhm.
Why is it important to any business to have a game plan? Or maybe we can wait because it's a little bit the topic of our next episode, and we don't want to do any spoiler because our next episode is the importance to have a game plan for our business. So
I
I think,
agree with you, Marie. Yes,
yeah.
it is
So
important
we're
to have
we're
a
we're
game
gonna we're
plan.
gonna
So we
keep the
will hold on to that. Yes, yes.
yeah,
So
we're gonna keep the
you have to
suspense.
stay
What do you say?
tuned.
You guys need to stay there for that to listen to the next episode, and we would really like to hear from you. Um,
Yes.
how do you set up? How do you set up? Are you already doing a fast track and you don't even know that it's a fast track that you're doing? We really, really like to have your comment.
Mhm.
Questions. If you have any questions, feel free to write them down in the comment section. And while you're there, you can subscribe to our channel and click the
I
bell.
like the way you said that.
Click the bell to have well, I'm French Canadian, so you guys have to give me a chance. I'm gonna get more and more comfortable with
I
doing
love your
an English
accent.
podcast. But yeah, click the bell to have the notification for our next episode, which will be the importance to have a game plan and why is it important? So this is what we're going to talk about next time in our next episode. So Lynn,
Awesome.
you want to end on something? We need to end on a positive quote. You remember?
We do, and I think it's up to you now.
It's my turn. And I
Yes.
did not write that down. You know why? Because my all-time favorite quote is don't wait for the perfect moment. Take the moment and make it perfect.
Oh,
Why this is my favorite quote, like it's been for I don't know 8 9 years. This is my favorite positive quote because people they say, oh, when I'm going to have time I'm going to do this, when I'm going to have more money I'm going to do this, when I'm going to be retired I'm going to do this. Don't wait, because you never know what tomorrow is going to look like. You
exactly.
can get sick, you can get hit by the bus. I know a friend in our BNI who is in insurance, disability insurance. He always used that example. What if you get hit by the bus tomorrow?
Mhm.
I
Oh my
mean,
gosh.
anything can happen. So don't wait. Take the moment and make it perfect, so you won't have any regrets later
I
because you're
love
going to
it.
say, "Oh, I should have done this."
Great way to end.
That's my favorite personal of all time quote. So guys, see you next time.
Bye, everyone.
Bye everyone. Here we are, two girls on a fast ride.